Oh yeah, we back. Basketball Heads Live, Part 2, with my guy, Jerry Reynolds. Oh, he giving it up. Definitely. You guys want to check out Part 2 coming up right now. We're about to get into it.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yeah. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midway. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Fly Williams, your idol. Right?
Yeah.
Good job, Ross, for bringing that up, man.
Yeah, that's a good question. Definitely wore 35 in honor of Fly Williams. So when I moved to Brownsville, I truly think that God had made that move happen, because I think He knew how much I love basketball at that time. At the age of 14, I had won a couple of trophies by this time, and I was with Brooklyn USA about this time. Had been there a couple of years actually. I was a Brooklyn USA veteran by the time I was 14.
Right.
So when I moved to Brownsville, the famous Hole, the basketball court in Van Dyke Projects, is called the Hole, and my building happened to be right in front of the Hole. Like I could see from my bedroom window, I could look in the Hole, and that's how close I was to the basketball court. So I could come right outside my building, or I could look outside my building, outside my window, and see who was on the court, and know which game I had to bring out there. You know,
Right.
So when I see some serious dudes out there, I'll be like, oh, let me go downstairs and get my game on. Or when the big dudes was playing, so Fly and them was considered the big dudes, right? I'm 14. Fly was probably 20, 21, 22 when I first moved out there.
Wow.
Probably had just finished college, and he was probably early in his ABA career and stuff like that. And like he was at the top of his game probably. You know what I'm saying? Like he was 22, 23 years old. And at that point in my life, I had never seen anybody play better than him. And that's including Dr. J. That's including all of the pro dudes I used to watch on TV. That's everybody. World, who was from Brownsville too. World was in the NBA at the time when I first moved to Brownsville. And World used to be out there playing with them too in the Hole. And Fly used to kill all of them. Fly used to and be laughing and joking while he doing it, talking to the people in the crowd. Like, yo, these dudes can't guard me. I'm an insect. He used to say shit like he bringing the ball up the court like, yo, I'm an insect. Nobody out there can guard no insect. You can't guard an insect. And be killing while he doing that. While he's saying that, I'm sitting there as a kid going like, damn. Like, how, excuse my French, how is he doing this? You know, and talking at the same time. So yeah. Fly was special, man. And until MJ came, I never seen anybody play basketball better than Fly. Like
so Fly Williams was on Michael Jordan level.
Yeah. He had better handles than Mike. His jump shot was better than Mike. He could jump like Mike. He didn't have Michael hops like Michael had, but he had crazy hops for a dude that was 6'5". He could dunk on anybody. So he had everything, man. He had the whole package, man. He had the whole package. And you know, like sticking people to the glass was the thing back when we was coming up.
Right.
Right to the backboard. Yo, I seen this dude go snatch dude shot with 2 hands off the glass. Like, yo, oh man.
Wow.
I seen Fly come down the court, skip and bring the ball up court, and then shoot from 30 feet and call glass. You remember in the park they didn't have
Yeah.
no nets on the rim, right? He called glass before he shoot the long ball and hit it off the backboard, and it hit the backboard and go straight through the rim, and it looked like it was a brick, you know what I'm saying? Because it didn't hit nothing. It just hit the backboard and went straight through the rim. So it looked, you know, and it didn't have no nets on the rim. So it just went straight through the rim. You know, it looked like he missed the shot, but the shit went in, right? He said the bank's open. He's called banks open from like 30 feet and shoot off the edge, right? And be laughing when it going. Like, yeah, y'all can't do nothing with me. I'm an insect. You can't guard no insect. He talking to the crowd. Yeah, man, Fly was special, man. Fly was a special ball player.
I used to hear a lot of stories. Again, I wasn't around to see a lot of you guys play. I was playing football early on. So I'll tell you, 1980 was the time when basketball kind of came into my life.
Right.
But to hear these stories, man, and to know that he was on a level of Mike, I see why everyone talk about him the way they do when it comes to the game.
Yo, he shot the ball better than Mike. He shot the ball as well as like Steph Curry and them, like Klay Thompson and them. He had a jumper like that. This shit was wet, like from way out, way out. Then his handles, he could shake you down and then pull up on the dime from 30 feet. Easy. Like I said, and be talking to you while he doing it.
Did you play up in the Rucker?
Not a lot. I played in the Rucker. I played in the Rucker once in a tournament in the Rucker. The Rucker, back when I was a youth, wasn't the top tournament. You know, citywide was a tournament. Elm Core was a very popular tournament in Queens. I forget the name. Not Lafayette Gardens. It was
Soul in the Hole.
Soul in the Hole was a top tournament. Yeah, but at that time, you know, the Rucker wasn't the top tournament back then. And in Harlem, they had the tournament that was on 145th Street. I forget the name of that tournament, but that tournament was actually bigger. And King Towers, best tournament in Manhattan. King Towers was the best tournament. It wasn't the Rucker. That's why Walter Berry and all of them cats and Richie Adams and Eddie Pinkney and all of them, all the Uptown cats used to play in King Towers. That was the top tournament up in Manhattan during my time.
Yeah, Rep One and my man Stace them said that as well. King Towers was the joint.
Yeah, King Towers was a great tournament. Great tournament. You know.
All right, so what did it mean to declare hardship when you was in college?
For me, it was a crazy decision that I made in my basketball life because of the fact that, and all this is gonna be in my book. I got a book coming out. I've been working on my book for probably 4 years now. I'm close to it being done.
Okay.
But yeah, so my decision to go to the NBA after my junior year was not a decision that I was prompted by anyone, any outside source. Nobody told me that this is what you should do. You know, because you killing the SEC and you're All-American and you should come out now. Nobody was telling me that kind of stuff. So here's the story about how I came to that conclusion. So my junior year, like I said, my sophomore year was my best year. I was at 14-8 my sophomore year. So After coming off of my sophomore year, I go back to school. I'm ready to go up to 16 to 20 for my senior year. No, for my junior year. So Dale Brown recruits John Williams out of L.A. He was the #1 player in the country at the time. Later on, went to the next year he left school to go to the NBA. Hardship after his second year. So he comes in as a freshman, and I'm a junior at this time. So I'm happy about the situation. I'm ecstatic. We got this bad cat. We about to do something. You know what I'm saying? So the year starts and everything going on, and so to make a long story short, the coach actually runs the team around John Williams instead of, here I am. I led your team in every category last year, and then you're gonna cut. My minutes went down, my scoring went down, my rebounding went down, everything went down. All of my statistics went down my junior year, and it wasn't because of John Williams. It was because the coach didn't know how to blend our talent.
Right.
And he figured, I got this kid. Let me build everything around him. For whatever reason, to this day I don't know why he did that. But so anyway, so after that season was over, we lose to David Robinson and Navy in the NCAA tournament, the first round. So after the game, we lose to David Robinson, and they didn't have nobody but him.
I remember.
No reason we should have lost that game. But we did. So I was kind of salty after the game. And so when I got back to campus, I was like, okay. So I went from 14-8 to my junior year. I was at 11-6 after my junior year. Instead of me going up, I went backwards.
Right.
And I was salty about that. So I thought about it long and hard. And I had took a ride around campus, and I was just kind of pondering what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was pissed off. I didn't really want to go back to school for my senior year and have it go down again. You know what I'm saying? And drop again. So I was like, man, forget that shit. I got enough skill to play in the NBA.
Right.
I just told myself that. It wasn't like nobody told me that. I was just like, I came to the conclusion myself. I was sitting out at one of the lakes that L.S.U. was surrounded by. It's a beautiful campus with these lakes on it. And I got out my car and kind of sat out by the lake, and I just thought about it, man. I was like, man, that's what's up, man. I'm going to just go to the coach's office and tell him that I'm leaving. So that's what I did. I went from sitting on the lake, I drove straight to the coach's office, and he was there. I said, Coach, can I talk to you? I go in his office and I say, sit down. I said, Coach, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come to L.S.U. and everything, but I think I'm gonna put my name in the hat in the NBA draft and see how I do there. And it's funny because his response was, Jerry, you think you could go play in the NBA? He said, son, you can't shoot. You're too skinny. Those guys will kill you in the NBA. They'll eat you up for lunch in the NBA and spit you out. And I was like, yeah, well, Coach, I respect you and I respect your opinion. Everybody has one, but I really think my game is more suited for the NBA than it is here with you at LSU. And so he said, you don't believe me? He said, I'm going to call Marty Blake right now. Marty Blake was the head of scouting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So he gets on his phone. He calls Marty Blake up. And here's the funny part that he didn't know about me being a Brooklyn cat. So this is what he says to Marty Blake. He said, hey, Marty, how you doing? This is Dale Brown. I got Jerry Reynolds sitting here in my office, and he's thinking about going to the NBA, putting his name in the draft. Would you tell him that if he left right now, he wouldn't make a red nickel going to the NBA? And then he gives me the phone. So basically, he just told the dude what to say.
Yes. Yep.
But
Yep.
he thought I was too stupid to know that. And so he gives me the phone, and I'm on the phone with Marty Blake, and Marty Blake pretty much says exactly what Dale just said. Yeah, Jerry, if you come out right now, you do this, it's not a good move, and whatever. And I was like, I told him the same thing. I said, thanks, Marty, I appreciate your opinion, but my mind is made up, and I'm going in. I'm gonna put my name in. But thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it. And I gave the phone back to Coach. And so that's how that conversation went. I just told him I was leaving. I thanked him, and that was pretty much it, man. And I had no idea what was going to happen after that. All I knew that I was going to put my name in the draft. That's it. So at that point, once I made that decision, now my mindset was I got to get ready for whatever's next. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know what was next. I didn't know about the pre-draft camp. And the day that I said that to the coach, I didn't know that was what I was going to have to prepare for in order to build my draft status up, because that's where you build your draft status up, at the pre-draft camp. Everybody comes in that's going to be drafted except for the big dogs, the dudes that's going probably top 10. They not coming, but everybody else was there at the pre-draft camp. And like I said, I still had my mentality like, when I go to this pre-draft camp, I'm gonna have to bust their ass. I'm gonna have to get
That's right. That's right.
and let them know that I'm here to get a spot. So yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with me. So like I said, I didn't have a great year my junior year. So it wasn't like most guys that declare hardship. You know what I'm saying? They have a good year. They're coming off a good strong year. Their numbers are looking good and stuff like that. That wasn't my case. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to the pre-draft camp in shape and ready to kill, like Mike Tyson said. You gotta eat. You gotta
That's
eat
right.
everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what I did at the pre-draft camp. And that's where Don Nelson came up to me and told me he was interested in me after I killed them dudes one day. And yeah, he came up to me and was like, yeah, I'm thinking about drafting you with my first round pick. Just keep working the way you working, and we'll see what happens. And turned out that's what happened. He drafted me at with his 22nd pick overall, and the rest is history. But prior to me going in the draft, when I left LSU, and this was the power move right here, instead of going to Brooklyn, going home, when I left LSU as a junior, I drove to California, where my agent was located. My agent was located in LA. So instead of going to Brooklyn, I made a power move out west, and that's where I ran into this great runs that Magic was hosting up at UCLA. Like, all of these pro cats would go to UCLA like 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, and Magic have all of these dudes. It'd be nothing but pros in there, playing ball. So I found out about that run, and so that's what I used to do every day. I go work out in the morning, I go shoot, run, do all my, what I had to do, work on my game, and then in the evening or in the afternoon, they used to play up at UCLA probably like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And Reggie Theus, Magic, Kiki Vandeweghe, all of his Lakers guys, Michael Cooper, everybody was up there. Man, the gym was packed. And so here go this kid. I wasn't a pro, but I just finished my my college career, and I was trying to let these dudes know that I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some run. So the only way
That's
you
right.
run in there was, you had to, if they let you play, you had to represent, or else the next time they ain't letting you play no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't legit. Then they'll tell you, nah, you can't run. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Still sharp still.
So yeah, so that really prepared me for the pre-draft camp. Being able to run with Magic in them and hold my own, and have Magic like kind of talk to me and kind of take me under his wing a little bit, because he noticed how I was kind of like him. You know what I'm saying? I was tall, I could handle that rock, I could push it, I could drop dimes. I rebounded well. I pretty much did the same things he did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Big guard. So he realized that, and kind of, we'd be in the locker room after the games and stuff. We getting dressed or showering or whatever, and he just be kicking it to me. You know what I'm saying? And it was very helpful, very helpful. Playing with those guys. Then I played in a couple of leagues out there as well during that summer before I went to the pre-draft camp in Chicago.
Well, I would have thought that Del Brown would have recognized during your last game in the Maverick Assembly Hall when you guys played LSU, where you shut down Kenny Walker, who wound up going first round, right? And busting his ass.
Yeah, well, like I said, me and Dale Brown had a. It was cool. He was always a good coach, a good guy. He didn't really respect my game because of the fact that, and he told me this one day in practice. He was like, Jerry, you don't work hard enough, and I took offense to that, because I come to work every day. You know what I'm saying? I play my game every day. I just made it look like I wasn't working that hard. That's why I got the name Ice, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of I ain't doing, but I think the fact that I wasn't the dive for the loose ball guy, I wasn't that guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of guy that he tended to appreciate more. Was that hustle guy that used to dive and get floor burns and stuff like that, and all of that kind of stuff. And I wasn't really that guy. I was.
Right, you wasn't a blue collar guy. You wasn't a blue collar guy.
I was smooth. I was a blue collar.
That's right.
But I just made it look like I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Made it look easy.
And scramble with them big dudes, because, truth be told, I was playing center, right? I was having to guard Mel Turpin and Sam Bowie sometime, and these big dudes on these SEC teams, because our big man was weak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm 6'8", but I had to guard, like, the other teams, either power forward or center a lot of times. So it was like, I took it as a slap in the face when he told me I didn't work hard. You know what I mean? So, but it was all good. It was all good, because I had supreme confidence in my abilities as a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Even when I left LSU, that's why I told him that, I think I can play with the big boys. And, whether you think so or not, that's your problem. I just say I respect the opinion, but, I'm over here. I'm going this way. I'm a holler at y'all. So yeah, man, when I went out west, got with Magic and them guys, man. And that was like my grand opening to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? It was like a sneak preview. And that winded up helping me when I did go to the pre-draft camp. I was ready. I was in tip-top shape, and I knew what I had to do. I knew exactly what I had to do to get my draft status up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if you would have came back to New York, things would have worked out in your favor because of the amount of pros that was playing at the time in California. And it's still like that to this day. The Drew League compared to like our pro leagues out here is very different. Whereas it's not a lot of oohs and ahs as far as like tricks going in the Drew League compared with as in New York, right?
Right. Well, the dynamics had shifted for whatever reason. You know, New York used to be the hotbed.
Yes.
But you know, LA seemed to with Magic and how much he loved the game so much so that he just used to just love to play. You know what I'm saying? And I that's how I was. You know, I just love to play. So and I love to play against top competition. You know, so yeah, that really and plus if I would have went home, there was a lot of distractions.
Distractions. Yes. Yes. You being ice and all. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know anybody out west really, and my focus was I had the blinders on. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was doing was thinking about my game, and now this was my job. See what I'm saying? It went from college to where it was all fun. Now, I'm getting ready to do this for a living, so I had to turn it up as a man and take it more seriously. Because I knew that, I had my family to take care of, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I grew up real quick when I got out to LA, you know what I mean? Grew up real
And who
quick.
you got drafted by?
I got drafted by Milwaukee Bucks. Don Nelson was a man of his word, and he took me
How long did you stay there?
at the 22nd pick. I played in Milwaukee for 3 years. So, I signed a 3-year guarantee with the 4th-year option. But the funny thing was that after he drafts me, he invites me to come take a trip with him up in Maine. I guess he has some friends of his up in Maine, so he asked me to come take a trip with him to go visit some of his friends, and I guess he was going to use this trip to bond with me, to connect with me. You know what I'm saying? So I go with him, and we in the car, we ride. And I think he picked me up from the airport, and we ride, and he's telling me, he said, "Yeah, Jerry, I love your game. You remind me a lot of Paul Pressey, and I think you're gonna have a good career in the NBA. But I just gotta let you know that I don't like rookies, and rookies don't play for me."
Hold on. Say this again, cause hold on for a second. What you say?
he said, and this is verbatim. He said, "I don't like rookies, and rookies don't play for me."
Wow.
And he wasn't joking, he wasn't laughing, he wasn't in a playful mood or nothing. He was dead serious. And I'm in the car with him, and I'm looking at him like, I'm looking at him side eye. I don't want to like give him the Brooklyn gas face and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying? I was kind of tight about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about how I'm gonna come back at him, what I'm gonna respond to what he just told me. I'm thinking,
Right.
thinking about what I'm gonna say back to him, and I was like, I understand that, coach, and I respect that. I don't know why you don't like rookies, but I'm going to be the first rookie to play for you. And and I said, reason being, I'm gonna work my ass off every day in practice, and I'm gonna make you give me some run. I'm gonna make you give me some playing time. And he just said, okay, well, we'll see about that. And he said, and then he starts talking to me about conditioning in the NBA. How important it is to come to camp in tip-top shape. He said the worst thing you could do is to go into an NBA camp out of shape. That's the worst thing to do. And what he didn't know was that being in shape was how I live. I'm a skinny dude. I never gained no weight. You know what I'm saying? All I need to do was dust off my lungs a little bit and just play. Because really that's all I did.
Right.
I never worked with a trainer in my life. All I did was work out, shoot dribble, do my drills, you know, my transition drills, my conditioning drills, and work on my handles and shoot the ball because I always wanted to be a better shooter. But then in the evenings, I always found the best run in town. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I was, I went to play, and that was my thing. I just played. And I really, you know, I didn't waste time when I played. And I tell kids that all the time. It's like whenever you step on this court, you gotta kill. You gotta kill people. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to make some money at this, you gotta. I don't care who you playing against. You gotta kill people. You know what I'm saying? To where every time you leave the court, they should be coming to you and say, "Yo, man, you got a nice game, man. You know, I like playing with you, man. You all right, brother." You know what I'm saying? And so that's how that was my mentality, man. It was just eat at all costs. You know, play your game. You know, and not try to do what's not your skill set. You know what I'm saying? Like I was not gonna try to shoot jumpers. I knew I wasn't a jump shooter. I'm a slasher. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I do. You know, and I'm gonna run that court, and I'm gonna finish, and you know, so that's what I did, man. That's how I got there.
And you stayed there for 3 years, and then you became one of the first players selected in the expansion draft with the Orlando Magic.
Well, I got traded. What happened was Milwaukee picked up my option my 4th year. They picked up the 4th year option, even though I didn't play 3 years. You know, I didn't get much run in those 3 years. I think I might have averaged like 7-8 minutes a game over 3 years for Milwaukee, and 6 points. I averaged 8 minutes, but I averaged like 6 points. So when I did the game, I used to get my shit off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the vets would be laughing at me because my goal was to try to get 10 points in my garbage time. You give me garbage time, you give me 6 minutes to play, I'm coming out of there with 10 points. You know what I'm saying? And so the vets used to be laughing at me because I be working so hard to get my shit off. You know what I'm saying? In a short amount of time. So they, like I said, they picked up my option, and then they traded me to the Sonics with so those 3 years we make the playoffs every year. So I was a playoff. I got that playoff money all 3 years I was in Milwaukee because we had a great team over there. We just couldn't beat Boston. That's when Larry Bird was running the NBA. You know, it was either Magic winning in the West or Bird winning in the East, and they was running shit. So we couldn't get over them. And we lost to the Doc 1 year too, out there in the East in the playoffs. So they traded me to Seattle in '88. And so I'm out there with Dale Ellis was the man, Xavier McDaniel. Derek McKee, Michael Cage, Dale Three, Nate McMillan. We had a nice squad. We was a playoff squad out there. But when I went out there, now you got to deal with Magic in them. So that was tough. You know what I'm saying? But I liked it, though. That's that 1 year in Seattle. Here's a funny story about the Seattle experience. So I get traded to Seattle, right? Now, Bernie Bickerstaff was the head coach. So I'm like, yeah, I got a brother. I like playing for brothers. So I go out there. And so Bernie was cool and everything. And, you know, so I figured I get a chance to not start. I wasn't going out there to break in the starting lineup, but I was going out there to be in the rotation. You know, I'm a 4-year veteran, and you know, I work my ass off in practice every day. So I'm going at whoever played my position, which was Derek McKee and Xavier McDaniel, who were two very good players. So, you know, I was just trying to get some run. You know, more run than I got in Milwaukee. So So what happens is, you know, preseason kicks around, and I lead the team in scoring in the preseason off the bench.
Wow.
We play eight preseason games. I average 20 points a game, and I average 20 minutes a game. And I lead the team in scoring over the whole preseason. So my confidence is really good at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good about myself. I had a great preseason. So the regular season kicks off, first game, and I kid you not, I didn't play 1 minute in the first game.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to eat that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to eat that, right? So the second game comes. I don't get no run again. Second game. So I'm practicing, you know, I'm doing what I normally do. I'm working hard, busting my ass and shit. And so 5 games go by, I don't get no run. Not one tick, bro, not one tick. So I'll never forget this day. We in Denver. We playing against Alex English and Fat Lee in
Right.
Denver, right? So after the game, I corner Bernie. You know, everybody left the locker room, and I made sure it was just me and him. I was like, "Yo, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you for a second, coach?" He said, "Yeah, what's up?" I was like, "Man, you know, I just really want to know why I'm not getting no playing time." And this man actually looked at my face, so you know, working hard in practice, Jimmy. I was like, I wanted to put hands on the dude in there. But I cooled out. You know, I didn't get Brooklyn on him. I was thinking Brooklyn, but I didn't get Brooklyn on him.
Right.
You know, all right, man. Well, I'll work harder then. You know what I mean? So anyway, season goes on. I get a little bit of run. I probably averaged in Seattle about 10, 12 minutes a game over there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get much run. I played, but, you know, it was just sparingly. So basically, the first 4 years of my career, I didn't really get no run. You know, I just had to go to practice and kill every day and just get overlooked, you know, because I always got my shit off. I don't care. Sidney Moncrief, Dale Ellis, Xavier McDaniel, they'll all tell you I got my shit off every day in practice. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I didn't get any run, you know, it just kind of made me go to the summer leagues because that's really what happened. When I went to the LA Summer League every summer, all three of those summers, 4 of those summers in a row, I would go out there and kill everybody in the summer league. Like I'd have 25 in the summer league and make all tournament every year in the summer league, and everybody be like, "Yo, man, why they don't give you no run, kid? You nice, you got a nice game." Be like, "Man, it's just the way it is, man." And you know,
Politics of the game.
You know, so you know, I'm glad that looking back, I never let that break my spirit, though. You know, and let me have a bad attitude. It never got to that. You know what I mean? I always kept working on positive attitude and learned while I wasn't getting no run. Those practices against the guys of Sidney Moncrief, Ricky Pierce, and Milwaukee, you know, playing against those guys taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? So when I got my opportunity in Orlando. Now I get to the expansion team, and there's no all-stars. There's no everybody's on a clean slate. You know what I'm saying? There's no there's preseason starters that you know nobody's etched in already. Everybody got to work for this. So now, you know, like I said, man, God be looking out for a brother, man, and put me in that situation, and I was like, okay, opening night. I'm going to be in that starting lineup. That was my attitude. You know what I'm saying? So whoever at the small forward, they're going to have a problem over here. You know what I'm saying? So I just made sure I killed whoever that was. I think it was Jeff Turner. Who else did we have at my position in Orlando? Otis Smith, Jeff Turner, And those were pretty much the guys I had to, beat out for the starting spot. And I was able to do that. So opening night for the Magic, first season, first game, hearing my name called in that starting lineup meant a lot to me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Who was in that starting lineup with you?
Sam Vincent played the point. Reggie Theus was at the 2. I was at the 3. Terry Catledge was at the 4. And
Yes, Big T.
Dave Corzine was at the center spot. Old Dave Corzine at the end of
That's
the
right.
second. And
Wow.
I think he got hurt the first game. He got hurt the
Okay.
first game. And then Sidney Green stepped in as the center when Corzine went down. So yeah, that was
yeah, you was definitely you're definitely in the record books for that, for being in that starting 5 for all the years that you worked and all the hard work that paid off. You was in the starting 5 for a brand new franchise, getting it start, and it turned out to be very, very good for you.
Shit off that game.
Huh?
I said, and I got my shit off that game. You know what I mean? I had a good game.
Right.
I scored like 17, 18 points. And I think we got the win. I think we won our first game, if I'm not mistaken. And I had a good game. And, it was a great experience, man. And having that opportunity to compete for a starting spot and experience that, because I hadn't experienced that up until my 5th year in the league,
Yeah, and I actually was watching that game when Scott Skiles, I think, had 30 points.
No, 30
assists. How many?
30 assists.
30 assists, excuse me. That's right, 30 assists. And you hit the shot to give him that 30th assist.
Right. So we broke the record. We broke the record on my jumper. My 20-foot jumper broke the assist record in 1990. That record still stands today. And
wow.
I don't think it's going to be broken.
Wow. And they said you couldn't shoot.
Right, I couldn't shoot, but I had worked on my shot over the years. You know what I'm saying? I had become a better shooter over the years because I got tired of coaches in the NBA saying, back off of him, he can't shoot, he don't want to shoot.
Wow.
Back up. They used to always say that. Back off of him. He want to drive. Back off of him. He can't shoot. So, I got to the point where they wasn't saying that no more. When I got to to Orlando, they wasn't saying that anymore.
And how long did you stay in Orlando?
3 years before my injury. I had played 3 years with the Magic. I started the first year, and then the second year they draft Dennis Scott.
Yes.
Who also played my position. And the funny story goes that so I knew Dennis was coming in, and I knew he played my position. So I wasn't about to let no rookie come in there and do nothing any motherfucking way. So
right.
So gonna have a problem getting that starting spot. You know what I'm saying? Because I had started the first year. Then when he came in, I think he was the 3rd pick overall.
Yeah.
Great college career, great shooter, great player. But he was thick though. He was big. He was slow. And,
right.
So in order for him to beat me out for that spot, he had to keep up with me, and he couldn't do that. So basically, they gave him the spot because he was the 3rd player pick. But I used to bust his ass every day in practice.
I guarantee that. All right, so we want to ask this last question. Best player in high school you played against? Just one.
Chris Mullin.
Chris Mullin. Got you. Best college player?
Mike.
And best pro?
Mike.
Got you.
But Kareem, it's a co-player. It's actually because people ask me who was the toughest guy that I played against in the NBA, and I normally don't say Mike, but I'm kind of leaning a little more towards Mike after I saw The Last Dance.
Right.
But let me tell you something, bro. Larry Bird was that dude, bro. Larry Legend. When them 3 years when I played in Milwaukee, and I sat there and watched, because I had the best seat in the house.
That's right.
Bruh, let me tell you something, bruh. Larry Bird was the baddest motherfucker I ever seen do it, bruh. Like, for
Wow.
real. For real,
Wow.
bruh. Yeah, like, I had never seen a white dude destroy brothers like that before. I'd never seen that before. Now I saw Chris Mullin play, but he wasn't on Larry's level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A whole nother level. And so so Larry, when I caught the NBA, I played against my idol was Kareem and Dr. J. Those were my two idols growing up before I got into the NBA. And so playing against all of those guys, man, was a great experience for me, man. To be on the court with Kareem, let me know. The first time I was on the court with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, let me know that I had arrived as a basketball player, that I had reached the pinnacle of basketball when I was on the same court with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's crazy.
Wow.
I got chill bumps the first time I played against Kareem.
Man, that's crazy.
I had posters of me, had pictures of this dude on my wall, him and Dr. J.
Right.
It wasn't about Mike.
Okay.
Hey, it was about Kareem,
So, top 5 ball players from New York City.
Oh, man, top 5 out of New York. I would have to go Kareem, Dr. J, Bernard King, Tiny, and Chris Mullin.
Gotcha. That's solid. Any last words you want to give to our audience before we get out of your eyes?
Oh man, it was a pleasure, man, sharing my story with you guys, man. And like I said, I've been writing a book for the last 4 years. It'll be coming out within the next year or so. The Unorthodox Rise to the Top of the NBA by Jerry Ice Reynolds. Because as you heard, my story is totally unorthodox.
Definitely.
Yeah. And the things I went through once I got there, and still was able to have a solid career, with all of the obstacles that I had to experience. But yeah, it was a pleasure, man, and look forward to seeing you in person when I get up top. And everybody stay safe, man, and keep your family safe, and a lot of love to everybody, man. One love.
Y'all appreciate you, Ice. Thank you. This means a lot to myself and my partner here at Basketball Heads, man. We want to definitely give you your flowers, man, and let you know we appreciate you, and all the memories you gave us, and the barbershop talk. We can still talk about you and some of the things that you did in the past, man. So I appreciate you, my brother.
Hey, much respect, man. Much respect. And anytime I can help out, man, holla at your boy.
Definitely. When you come up top, give me a call. You know what I'm saying? And we'll do part 2 in the studio when you got your book.
All right, bet that. I look forward to it.
All right.
All right, man. Stay up, bro.
Thanks a lot, man. Take care.
All right, man. Stay up.
All right. Yeah.
Everybody get online, buy your tickets, 'cause the game about to start. No time to kick in.